Today we're looking at 20 real estate exam questions on land rights. So I hope you do well. By the way, if you haven't subscribed, it's free to subscribe. Go ahead and do that. It really helps us in YouTube. Then hit the notification button so don't miss one of our videos. And also, if you enjoy this content, hit the likes up. It really helps us out. We appreciate it. And also ask any questions in the comments if you have any questions. And we'll try to get back with you as soon as possible. So here we go. 20 real estate exam questions on land rights. What term describes the ownership of both surface and subsurface rights to a property? Fee simple absolute. Fee simple absolute ownership includes rights to both the surface and subsurface of the property. Which of the following rights pertains to the use of the space above a property? A. Mineral rights. B. Air rights. C. Riparian rights. D. Littoral rights. Air rights. Air rights refer to the rights to use the space above a property, typically for construction or other purposes. What is the term for the transfer of water rights from one property to another, often in relation to irrigation? A. Accession. B. Appurtenance. C. Alienation. D. Appropriation. D. Appropriation. Appropriation involves transferring water rights, often in the context of diverting water from beneficial use like irrigation. Which of the following rights includes the right to use water from a river or stream adjacent to one's property? A. Littoral rights. B. Riparian rights. C. Easement rights. D. Water rights. Riparian rights. Riparian rights pertain to the use of water from a river or stream that is adjacent to one's property. What term describes the right to pass over another person's land? A. Easement. B. Encroachment. C. Covenant. D. License. A. Easement. An easement is the right to use or enter another person's land for a specific purpose. What type of easement benefits a particular parcel of land and allows the holder to do something on another's land? A. Easement by necessity. B. Easement in gross. C. Opportune easement. D. Affirmative easement. Opportunate easement. An opportunate easement benefits a specific parcel of land and allows the owner to do something on another's land. What is the term for the right to cross over another person's land for a specific purpose, such as reaching one's property? A. Easement by necessity. Easement by prescription. C. Easement in gross. D. Negative easement. Easement by necessity. Easement by necessity allows for crossing over another's land when it is necessary for reaching one's property. What is the term for the voluntary giving up or surrendering of a right, often in writing? A. Encroachment. B. Estoppel, C. Abandonment, D. Novation. Abandonment. Abandonment is the voluntary giving up or surrendering of a right, often evidenced by clear actions or in writing. Which doctrine allows a landowner to acquire title to another's property through open, continuous, and hostile possession for a specified period? A. Eminent domain, B. Adverse possession, C. Escheat, D. Condemnation. B. Adverse possession. Adverse possession allows a person to acquire title to another's property through open, continuous, and hostile possession for a specified period. And once again, if you haven't subscribed, it's free to subscribe. Go ahead and hit that subscription button and then hit the notification button so you don't miss one of the videos. And also, if you like this type of content, give us a likes up. Thanks. What is the primary purpose of an easement by prescription? A. To provide access to landlocked properties. B. To prevent encroachments. C. To allow for public utilities. D. To acquire an easement through adverse possession. D. To acquire an easement through adverse possession. Easement by prescription allows the acquisition of an easement through adverse possession. What term describes the ownership of land that extends to the center of the earth and up into the sky indefinitely? A. Subsurface rights, B. Littoral right, allodial rights, D. Opportunity rights. C. Allodial rights. Allodial rights convey full ownership, including rights to the center of the earth and up into the sky indefinitely. What is the term for the right to use another person's land without actually possessing it? A. Easement, C. License, C. Covenant, D. Encroachment. License. A license is the right to use another person's land without possessing it and is revocable. What is the primary purpose of a restrictive covenant? A. To grant the right to use another's land. B. To prevent certain uses or activities on a property. C. To provide access to landlocked properties. D. To acquire an easement by prescription. B. To prevent certain uses or activities on a property. A restrictive covenant is used to impose limitations or restrictions on the use of a property. What term describes the government's right to acquire private property for public use with just compensation to the owner? A. Easement, B. Escheat, C. Condemnation, D. Adverse possession. C. Condemnation. Condemnation is the government's right to acquire property for public use with just compensation to the owner. What type of easement benefits a particular person or entity rather than a specific parcel of land? A. Easement by necessity, B. Easement in gross, C. Opportunity easement, D. Affirmative easement. Easement and gross. An easement and gross benefits a specific person or entity rather than a specific parcel of land. What term describes the government's right to regulate and control the use of private property to protect public health, safety, and welfare? A. Easement. B. Escheat. C. Zoning. D. Eminent domain. Zoning. Zoning is the government's right to regulate and control the use of private property for the public good. What is the term for a right to use another person's land for a specific purpose, which may be terminated if the purpose is no longer valid? A. Easement. B. License. C. Covenant. D. Encroachment. License. A license is a right to use another person's land for a specific purpose and is typically revocable. What is the term for the transfer of water rights from one property to another, often in relation to irrigation? A. Accession. B. Opportunance. C. Alienation. D. Appropriation. D. Appropriation. Appropriation involves transferring water rights, often in the context of diverting water for beneficial use like irrigation. What term describes a property owner's legal right to have access to and from his or her property to a public road? A. Easement. B. Right-of-way. C. License. D. Covenant. B. Right-of-way. A right-of-way grants a property owner the legal right to access and egress from their property to a public road. What is the term for the voluntary giving up or surrendering of a right, often in writing? A. Encroachment. B. Estoppel. C. Abandonment. D. Novation. C. Abandonment. Abandonment is the voluntary giving up or surrendering of a right, often evidenced by clear actions or in writing. Well, that's the end of this session. I hope you did well. Once again, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button. Look at our channel. We have tons and tons of questions that will help you pass your real estate exam. And also give us a likes up. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments below. Thanks again. Have a great day.